and touch the sky. In the city of angels, feels like I'm coming home. With my head up in the clouds, I am searching for something, and I'm still hoping. 'Cause I wanna be in, not out, wanna make this all count. Yes, I wanna go crazy now, gonna make this all count. Feeling like a rock star, 'cause tonight I'm getting out of line and it's alright. Feeling like feeling like just as cool as John Wayne in his movies. Feeling like I'm James Dean and I know it. Feeling like feeling like a rock star. Feeling like a rock star. Feeling like a rock star. Feeling like a rock star.
But it's not that easy. You're complicating things for me. No, it's not that easy. Maybe just a little time can heal me, but it doesn't feel the way. What are you doing to me? Why'd you break my heart? Left me in the dark, dark. Why'd you have to go? I don't wanna feel this way. Though I'm broken, I'm still hoping I could be with you. I'm still breathing, it's not easy. I'm just a fool for you. Yeah, I'm just that stupid. Maybe just a little time can make you change your mind about us. I thought that we were meant to be. Why'd you break my heart? Left me in the dark, dark. Why'd you have to go? I don't wanna feel this way. Though I'm broken, I'm still hoping I could be with you. I'm still breathing, it's not easy. I'm just a fool for you. I'm just a fool for you. I'm just a fool for you. For
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Tuesday Night Studio Sessions. My name is Sean. I'll be your host. Hope you're having a good night. If you hear a lot of fan noise going on, it's because it is so it's 98 degrees outside right now. And I think it's supposed to feel like 108. And it's probably about 85 to 90 degrees inside my office. So, yeah. Super, super hot. And not in a sexy way. So we've got a pretty good show tonight. If you notice the thumbnail, I have the DJI Mini 3 Pro. I do not have the Mini 3 Pro. And I don't like doing videos about things that I don't have. But luckily, someone in the community does have that drone. So I'm going to bring Nacho in to the chat, and he is going to be my guest host tonight. And most of the night is going to be him showing off his new little baby. So let's go ahead and bring Nacho in. He's invisible.
Hey, everybody. I'm invisible.
Are you invisible?
Invisible. That works for me.
Let me know if y'all can see Nacho or not. This has been one heck of a night.
Why is everybody worried about the weight of the drones? Well, that's a good question, Steven. Drones.
There's Nacho. Yeah, go ahead and answer that question, Nacho.
There I am. Well, in this country, it's not as nitpicky about the weight as it is in other countries. In some countries, you can't fly at all. And it changes the rules when it comes to flying over crowds and flying over cars. The lower weight drones are allowed to do that. I mean, you can't fly as long as people are able to get out of the way. You can fly over them. I mean, if they're packed in a tight crowd, then probably not. But I know that's a big deal in Europe. But here, I don't think there is a big difference. I don't see the problem registering the drone because I'm not 107, so all my drones fall under my same registration. So, but on the other hand, I'm not saying that I'm up to no good. I'm not in any hurry to put my number on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the number on the battery itself, on the Fly More batteries, the Plus batteries, because under whatever it is, under 250 grams, you don't have to have your numbers on it. So why not put the numbers right there on the back? Let's see, this is the regular battery. So when I have this battery, it doesn't matter. There will be no numbers on it. But when I have the batteries that require it to be registered in, then it will have the numbers. But does it make a big difference? Probably not. But that's one thing. But a lot of countries, that's why they're not getting the Plus batteries in Great Britain, because then it won't be a 250 gram, sub 250 gram drone anymore.
Yep.
His drone is 4 pounds.
So, pop quiz. If you are part 107 and you're making money with your Mini 3 Pro, do you have to register it even though it's under 250 grams?
If you're using it for business, yes.
Good
I'm going to
answer.
say yes. If you're using it for business,
I
then
put you on the spot, but we had this discussion on another channel a while back.
But am I right?
You are right.
Right,
you have
good.
to register everything that is making you money. You have to register it.
Gotcha.
But what if you put a Insta360 Go 2 on top of your Mini? Do you have to register it?
Yes.
Good answer.
Because then it's over 250 grams carrying.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know there was going to be a test tonight.
Sorry.
I've never thought my Mavic Pro was a brick before until now.
They're tiny, aren't they?
Oh my God! So I remember when I held yours. that one time that you didn't let me fly it. How small it was. But this feels like a brick, and I don't know how good of a review. I'm not going to give you a review. I'm just going to answer questions if anybody cares. But
I don't expect you to.
You see, this is my Mavic Pro, the original, and you see its big old heatsink.
Yep.
And here is your belly of the beast, the little fella. There's no heatsink on this. Everybody's talking about how it overheats when you're doing updates and all this other stuff. There's no heatsink. I don't know if that's common now, because this is my first drone. This is my second drone. Yeah. There was a big gap in the tech for me. But
I will say drones are getting, like, over the years, drones have gotten more plasticky. I would say the Air, maybe the Spark was probably the first plastic drone that I had. And then after that, like all of the Airs and even like the Evos, they're all, well, I would say the Evo is probably built like your Pro. Like there's some metal beefiness to it. It's a brick. But all of the Airs are, I think they rely more on a big air scoop than they do a big metal heatsink.
Gotcha. Steven Drone is talking about don't fly over people and put the number on it. No big deal for us in this country. But I bought it because I haven't bought anything since the Mavic Pro. And it's so small and it fits in my pocket. It's so much fun. Like the Mavic, I know that's not as stable as a Mavic Pro because it's, the Mavic Pro is like a brick in comparison. That thing weighs nothing. Even with the battery in, it feels like nothing. But boy, is it nimble. Like that's the thing. My Mavic Pro is very stable and smooth, and which is what you want. This almost feels FPV-ish. How quick it turns left and right. I mean, if you want to play, it really does play nice. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it can keep up with me on my scooter, but in a parking lot anyway. I didn't try to lose it. It's good.
So do you have you tried it in cine mode, in sport mode? Like, tell me what the difference is on like the handling.
You know what? Everybody says you need to readjust the controls, but I found the controls feel perfect to me. I didn't change anything. It's so smooth. I've loved every move. I'm not. I hate to be that loving it, but boy, I can't think of anything I don't like about it. People talk about losing signal. It hasn't happened to me yet. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think I've flown. I've kept it within sight. That's made me think that that's what they need. Because we were always talking about VR and AR. Yeah. AR glasses that draw a circle around your freaking drone. Mm-hmm. That would be cool. Because then you can like see it further. You clearly know where it is. That would be very cool.
Yeah.
Because this thing is so small and so quiet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and it's the color of the sky. Like it's white. So as soon as it's up in the sky, you get in front of a cloud, or like usually like they're shadows. Like your drone is like a black dot in the sky. But I noticed with my Mini and even my Air too, like sometimes it's the same color as the cloud and it's the same color as the sky, and it's really hard to see.
I can tell you one thing that I've noticed is that these little strobes at the end of the arms are much brighter than the way they strobe than on the Mavic Pro. It's like a whole different ball game where they just have lights on the Mavic Pro. These things actually strobe. I don't know if I could show you.
Yeah, you have an interesting perspective because, like, usually when a company comes out with like the first one, usually they overbuild it, and then like as they go through different iterations of that type of drone, they'll figure out what's actually needed and what's not needed. And I think
Well,
your strobes is something that's really strong.
surprisingly bright. They're not really doing it now. Now they're just blinking all colors because I have my remote turned off, so it's not really strobing like it would. Oh, well, maybe it is.
Yeah,
But
they're strobing no connection. Yellow.
but I'm just enjoying this drone. I wish I wasn't crippled. Sitting home crippled. It would be great to be able to go someplace with it, but I drove really far the other day and I couldn't, and it was so windy, and I just was like, I always say that the reward has to be worth the risk.
Yeah.
And it was like, that's why when I shot the tiny planet at the power plant.
Yeah.
Did you see that on Facebook?
Yeah, we're gonna play that video tonight.
But nobody seems to care about this drone. No one's asking any questions. So it's fun. It's fun. It kind of, what, to me, because I haven't really bought anything in a while. It's like the Mavic people are treating the Mini Pro like the Phantom people treated the Mavic Pro.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's a whole new idea to have a drone this small with that much good stuff in it, and it's a great little drone, and I mean, it was ridiculously expensive. I'm happy because I'm not making money with it. So to spend $2,000 on a Mavic 3 or $2,500 for a base model Mavic 3 and not going to get paid back, I couldn't do it. Too cheap.
Yeah, I think for me as being like a YouTube reviewer, like I've always had to kind of step back and like I don't ever want to make someone feel like they're making a bad decision on their own. Like a lot of people watch YouTubers and get their opinions, but don't really realize that they signed a document that they can only talk about certain things so they could get the drone first. And I like to be the person that, just, let's be honest about it. But like, why would you want to compare the Mavic 3 to the Mavic 3 Mini Pro? Like they're two completely different drones. It's like, it's really funny to me. It's like, I don't know.
I get it. Eat More Positive asked a great question. Will it track your small furry beast? No, I could not get it to track her.
Does it only track whoever has the controller, or can it track other things?
No, it's tracked other things.
Okay. Because I know that was an issue at first. Like you had to have the controller. Like it would just, some of the drones would only track you.
Well, did you see the one where I was walking? That video that I was walking? Well, I mean, technically I had the controller, but I was surprised how well it did that. I mean, because I set it to do circles around me as I'm walking, because, everyone wants to see my butt. But it's so smooth, and so it flies so low. You know what? It's tracked the scooter. I don't see why it wouldn't track the car. Everybody shows it tracking the car. I did a video. I don't think I put it on Instagram, so people might not have seen it. But I had it chasing me in the parking lot, and don't worry, the video sped up, but it was bulletproof. It just was locked right onto me, and I tried doing that with my Mavic Pro.
Yeah,
it wouldn't do it. It wouldn't stay with me.
All right, so instead of talking about a bunch of different videos, I'm going to start playing all of your tracking videos, and then you talk through them while they're playing, okay?
Sure will.
That'll give everybody a reference as to what you're talking about.
So this is me on day 5 after my knee surgery, and
Hobbling along.
Trying to walk around and just kind of keep myself from going crazy, and trying not to run too hard because, knee surgery. And I just had the drone flying in circles around me. And I'll tell you one thing, my Mavic Pro would never track me that low on the ground. It would have to be at least like 10 feet up in the air before it would do that.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, you can set it tracking you, and 2 feet, 3 feet off the ground. I mean, it'll fly low and stay low. It's very good.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm really fat. And I didn't know how fat I was. Thank guys for not telling me. But man, look at the size of that guy. Holy crap! That's why I got rid of the bike. So because my car looks better than that guy on the bike running around. But it's a shame the quality is Facebooked up or whatever. But it does a really nice job. And I just did a little tracking thing. Mostly, if you notice, always ones with the dogs running around behind me. But she's happy. I'm limping. I love this drone. I love that remote too. Oh. Mm.
So I noticed it's kind of like readjusting itself as it's going around. Is it like a simple orbit, or is it an orbit while you're moving? And
I just set it to orbit. I didn't program it to move with me. It's doing it on its own.
So it's probably staying like a specific distance away from you the whole time.
Yes.
Well, no, it just got really close to you.
Well, I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out what the pattern is.
And then when I walked towards it, when I was doing the circles, I don't think it's in that video, but it started going further away from me. It started backing up in the circle.
Oh, right there.
That's it right there. It's going back. And I didn't program to go backwards. And trace, it usually goes off to the side, then goes to follow you. So that might be something that people might want to know about, because it wouldn't circle when I was walking towards it. It's just started backing up and backing up.
So maybe that's a safety feature.
Maybe. Because it doesn't have any side control, so it doesn't want to hit you. Side sensors.
So I'm going to play this video again. Something I noticed is like the ground is really, really low over here, and it's high, like you're on a hill, but it's also like a little flat area. Did you notice it rising, like keeping like always being like 2 feet off the ground, or was it all over the place?
No, it just stayed like right above my head. Like that, like say I'm 5'10", and it would stay up at like 6'5", and just stay there. No matter, it stayed at the level from. If you look at my head, if you can keep looking at my head, you'll see it's always pretty much that same height. You see, I started walking away, and it just stopped and started coming closer. And Nikki's like, "What are we doing? You're walking around. This is great."
So is this an overcast day?
Yeah, it's cold. It was like 90 degrees, and then it was like 40 degrees the next day.
Yeah.
And everybody else getting tornadoes.
I mean, I know you're in all black and you're on a green field, so there's some contrast there, but I'm really surprised at how good it's doing on kind of this dreary day.
Oh yeah, it did great.
All right, let's see what else we got. Let's do trace.
Yeah, so trace is just it follows you.
Now does it continue to point in the same direction, or nope?
It's just keeping me centered and following me.
Gotcha.
So
did you notice it avoiding like telephone poles or anything like that?
there was really nothing except for the signs at the edge of those signs there. It did like swerve a little bit on one of the takes. It definitely I'll tell you right, they don't call them side sensors, but those front sensors, the combination of the front and the rear sensors, almost work like a 360 camera. Because when I walk up next to it, like close,
yeah,
like within like 5 or 6 feet, it starts alarming on the sides. The way the two it's almost like they made a sensor version of a 360 camera. You know how
yeah, the field of view on those sensors is big.
It's real big. It's got to be.
Yeah.
I mean, practically probably 160 degrees.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was surprised how well it did this. Nikki's loving it. Like, oh, we're in circles.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it's how fast are you going there?
Probably all of like 20 miles per hour, if that. So, if that.
I
On
mean,
the straightaways.
It's keeping up with you really well, like especially right there where you got kind of a deep turn and you got closer to it.
And I did the figure eights because I figured it'd make it harder, because it's going from clockwise to counterclockwise to, did good. Did good. I mean, I had some stuff at the beginning that was weird, but that was really user error. Like just not knowing how to lock it in on me and things like that.
Yeah.
It's a great little drone. Oh my god, I can see why people love it. Like, people always talked about the other ones, how they loved them, and I was like, oh, it's not a Mavic, but this is great, and it fits in my console, like where you put your phone
Yeah.
in the car. You can just sit it right there, and there's a cigarette lighter plug there to charge it. So hey,
Yeah.
it can from place to place, it's charging.
Yeah, whenever I used to do all the 360 camera reviews, I was always like, the camera you use is the one you have on you.
Right.
And like, I've got some big cameras, I got some big drones that do really, really good stuff.
But they're never with you.
But for the most part, yeah, like if I'm just at the park with the kids and I had the Mini, I would just bust that out.
So I don't know if I saw that video the first flight video where I took it out. I had it in my pocket. I rode down on my scooter and I had it in my pocket, and it was just easy. And it zipped up. And it was not like, oh my god, this huge thing in my pocket. It was fine.
Yeah. So to put into perspective of how big it is, I thought this was a cute video you put up on Facebook. So is that like a keg, like the?
Yeah, it's just your standard.
Like a
it
Yeti
fits in a drink holder. It's a standard like gas station, refillable mug. Oh wait, sorry. No, that's like a coffee cup, but it's not ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can get it for you if you want. Show it to you.
I think that's a great idea for a hard case video.
Right?
Like you
just put
like
a sock in it.
Like a hard case for $10 off Amazon, and you like get like a fanoodle and cut like the shape around it and then stick it down in there, and I think that'd be good.
I was looking. I was getting ready to buy like a felt bag to put it in, because I just feel that it's going to be in other bags, doing stuff. It's
right.
It's not going to be. It's not. I'm like getting a Mini and then putting it in a big case with all your stuff and looking at it like you're a spy. It just doesn't seem to make any sense to me. That's the drone that's in your lunch bag. It's in your backpack. It's just. I wanted something small. But now that the Fly More pack is going to be here tomorrow by 7 p.m., I am not buying anything, because that pack, it's so small, with the charger and everything. I'm excited about it. Can't wait for that to get here. Fly one of those long batteries. Although right now these batteries, this battery lasts a long time, like longer than I'm willing to fly. Like, I tend to fly just so much and then want to. This was like the first day in orbit. I edited a little bit to be fun, but
yeah. I noticed something. I don't know if that's my screen or if it's just the live stream, but I noticed on the sides there's like every once in a while there's black, like it might right there. Do you see it? Look at the edge of the screen.
Yeah, I did see that. That might have been the editing or the live stream. I never noticed that before, so
I didn't know if it was doing like stabilization in camera or.
Well, it's probably the editing. I'm throwing these together with I can't even remember the software on my iPhone. That was all done on the iPhone.
Did you use the
That was
DJI
done
app?
there. What's that?
Did you use the DJI app to edit it?
No, I direct connected to my phone, transferred it over, and LumaFusion, and
LumaFusion.
just sped up little pieces of it, and it's definitely a better workflow than it's a great workflow. The workflow, if you're like traveling like I do, and you want to, you're taking a break, you can throw together something reasonably nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, mine shipped the same day, and the tracking number, it took forever to head to the facility. Jim's telling his shipped the 7th. Mine shipped the 6th. And now I tracked the number now, and it said that it's going to be delivered tomorrow by 7 p.m. So I'm excited about that. I am very excited about that. And I want to go camping next week, so it's a good thing. It's because it's not August. Remember, everybody's talking, oh, you're not going to get that till September and August. And
I hate that whenever they yeah, it's August or October, and then you don't get it till wait, no. I get it in October, and then, I don't know. I don't like that schedule. I know it's in time for Christmas, but...
Right. No.
But the weather sucks for flying drones whenever you get your new drone. So this one, you've got a nice, you got nice weather to fly in.
You know what? It's been really windy since I got here. Like every day before you fly says don't fly. So
your drone says don't fly?
No, the before you fly app. The before you fly app.
Gotcha.
Says don't fly. It's not good. And every day I just go, okay, well, I will keep it low. You know what I mean? Like keep it, I'm playing in the parking lot. I'm not going crazy. Although this day I was fine. This was going up to Syracuse for work.
Yeah, that water's like glass.
Big Bend, up in Pennsylvania before you cross into New York.
Okay.
And I saw when I was on the highway, like where that truck just went by, I could see the fog on the water, and I went, "Oh, yeah, no, I'm pulling over for this."
This is a beautiful shot, man.
And this was done in not cinematic. This was just done in regular, and it arced beautiful. I mean, I don't know if it's how the stream is looking for everybody because my internet's skippy and bad here tonight. But it was so smooth, so smooth. And again, this one was uploaded literally right from the lake, the river, whatever. That's the Susquehanna River.
That fog is unreal.
Yeah, and it was burning off fast because I went to do a second run just to make sure I got it right, nice, and it was gone. I couldn't have gotten there. I mean, it would have been better if I got there like half an hour early, but the sun would have been a little lower. Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. It was a Crown Royal bag, but I know that I've bought bags on Amazon before.
Whoa!
I think they call them jewelry bags.
So
tell me how lucky this is. I'm turning down just to see.
I want to talk about the bird first. You caught a bird, and then you caught a fish. There's a bird that's probably as big as your drone is, just flies right in front of you. Maybe I missed it.
No, it was right before that. I use that as a marker to edit from, so you'll see it flies right below the drone. Yeah.
And then the fish, what? How the heck did you? I mean, that's crazy.
I was just pointing down to see if there were more birds, and then the fish. And I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a duck that like submerged, like dove, until I went and looked for it. Well, guess what I saw the other day? A bald eagle right by my house here.
Oh yeah, I saw that on your Facebook. Or no, you put it in the club.
Yeah,
that's where I saw it.
And he was close, and he took off. I was like, oh, sport mode. Like, we're out of here.
Yeah, that eagle could eat your Mini Pro.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was like, ooh. But yeah, this was a beautiful. I couldn't ask for a better morning. Like this is the day after I got it. I'm driving to work. I couldn't ask for a better morning to play. I flew under the bridges too, and it's so nice having the camera be able to tilt up and see the see stuff under the bridges. I didn't.
How far does it tilt up all the way?
Practically like 60 degrees. I think that's the number they're throwing out there, but it feels like 80. I mean, it's really good.
Okay. Have you taken a Sphere with it?
I have. They're on Facebook if you want to.
Okay.
I have. I took one of in front of the power plant, and I took one over the Susquehanna right outside of Wilkes-Barre, right by the courthouse. And I haven't done a meteor yet. Now I have to do a meteor. I found
functionality.
Yes, I just heard that it did. I was like, oh, I need to do a meteor.
Because they put those in my Air, and then it wasn't in the Air 2, and I was like, well, why did they take that out? That was the best thing they ever did.
You know what? Another funny thing is about this is this drone has like a bunch of Mavic Pro stuff, like all that stuff that we haven't seen this since the Mavic Pro, and I said I haven't seen this since yesterday.
That's awesome. I hate it when they take functionality away. It's like Insta360 has all these fun things that you can do with your camera, and they just keep coming. Like they just keep adding to the library. I never understood why marketing teams take them out.
Maybe it's like the Disney mentality where they put stuff in the vault for a couple of years, and then what's old is new again when they bring it back.
It's like the McRib.
I love the McRib.
Huh? Only for a McRib. I love it, and I'm like, why do they need that? Needs to be on the menu all the time.
I didn't have dinner yet. You can't be just talking about McRibs.
Or those stupid Taco Bell fries that are always on commercials but are never in the stores.
They're there now, or they were. They're just there now.
There'll be a sticker on the window, and then there won't be. They're like, we're out of fries.
They sell out because what they do is they only get so many, and then when it's gone, they're gone.
They're awesome.
They're probably the best fries out there, which is why they don't last.
And Kentucky Fried Chicken has good fries. Have you had their fries?
Yes, I do. They always taste a little bit like maple syrup to me, like just a hint of maple syrup or something.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what, but I said it to my wife, and now that's all she tastes when she goes, "Yep, they taste like maple syrup." Yep, that was such a beautiful morning. That was like the best because it gave me. I was going to work I was like my Monday. And I had this great footage to play with. Like, just, okay, I got a little out of my system. Because I knew once I finished work, I was going home to have surgery. And then, so I was, at least we had this.
Yeah, this is beautiful. This would have been really good to fly the Insta360 Sphere over. Because you could track the fish. I'm just kidding. But you could this is one of those times that I would be like, I would want to look everywhere while I'm flying over here.
Fish are jumping. I guess he thought I was a bug. You know what the hardest part about this thing is? Once it's like 30, 40 feet away from you, you can't hear it at all. It's so quiet. I joked around with my neighbors. So I'm flying by the dike, and they live a block or two away from the dike. And where the parking lot where I fly. So I flew down. I saw them. I waved at them when I went by, going down to fly. So I flew over to their house and then came straight down in front of them on the porch. Creepy drone guy. Came right down so that I was like 8 feet away from them. The alarms were sounding because I was too close to them. And they were like, what is that? Da, 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 da. It was so, they didn't hear it. They said they didn't hear it coming until it passed the gutter. Like they didn't hear it, and they flipped me the bird. But
yeah, I used to sneak up on people with my parrot and Nafi. It was so quiet.
What was the one before what was the first parrot that became really popular?
So
like $500. I wanted it so bad, and
I had an AR drone was my first Parrot, but then the second one I had was the Parrot Bebop, and it was in the Apple store. And then they had the Parrot Bebop 2 was really the sweet spot before the Anafi came out. But the original Bebop had like this huge controller that was like, it was like a bodysuit you put on. It had like the right controller was over here, the left controller was over here, the tablet went in the middle, the antenna stuck up from the top.
yeah.
So I noticed in this footage, like some of it's smooth, and then there's other times when like it's really wobbly. Is that you changing directions or
Probably.
or something?
I'm still getting used to it. Yeah, like that big clip that was not meant that was meant to be cut up. I just gave you the full unedited so you can like.
Right.
I'm doing this. I did the pan, and then I kind of like realign myself for the next thing I was about to do, which is the straightaway to the fog. And then, but instead of stopping and starting, I just left one long clip running, and then I was going to cut it up later. So,
no, I'm glad you did, because I really like seeing it in its natural environment, not edited.
Right, because I just gave you the whole flight instead, and that's why I said you can cut it up any way you want to, because like this would have been the cut, and then this would have been another cut, and then I think at the end I pan all the way up at the end of that straightaway.
Yeah,
but the fish being there, I was just couldn't get luckier than that.
I'm trying to see if there's. I think I can see something in the bottom or the reflection of the drone right there. Is that the drone? You think?
It shouldn't be. No, it shouldn't be.
Like that. There's like something there. It looks like someone's cell phones under the river. Someone's FaceTiming. Right there.
Maybe it's Jimmy Hoffa. It's right on the New York border.
All right, let's see what else.
Cell phones back then.
See, we saw that. I think this is the last one I got.
Well, I put a few more on this evening, but I don't know. They should have all uploaded before the show. Just little clips, short stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. No, yeah. There's definitely more because there was only 3 when I started. Like this is just a little short clip. I wanted to make sure you had something. So this is edited, but not really edited. It's just edited on the phone, just to keep it smooth.
All right. Let me refresh and see if there's more.
Staying right outside the no-fly zone. Zoomed in. Oh, that's I know it's digital zoom, and it's not really great, but it still feels good to use it when you want to see something and you go, oh, like not to video with it, but to zoom in and go, oh, I'm getting closer. That's worth getting closer for. Do you know what I mean? It's a great tool if you use it that way. Would I want to edit, like put that in? No, but like I said, you're flying and you could just zoom in and say, yes, I'm definitely going to go in and I'm going to go in tighter on that. But,
yeah. So we've talked about the drone a little bit. Walk through that controller that you've got in front of your face.
This controller is so good. It's so good, and I think it's, in a nutshell, it's all about not having any wires and cables and all that crazy stuff. I had these before the controller, to hook up a strap to it, and you just hang it around your neck and don't worry about it. And it is just a pleasure. You see actually, if you realize you see my computer screen, my big wide. I'm using it as a softbox. I've had no problem seeing it outside. I mean, no more trouble than seeing it in the shade. And I say that because my eyes, I'm old, I have bad eyes. I can only see this stuff. And it's almost like I wasn't the only person, because the update, the first update seemed like it made the text all a little bigger. So I was like, yay, thank God. It's a pleasure to use. Is
it bright?
Yes, it is. It's brighter than I am, but that's not saying much. I'm trying to do that. There you go.
And I see you've got those, like where you hook your strap in. The strap that you had
Yes.
on when you were walking around, is that the strap that comes with it, or is that a different strap?
No, I bought that off of Amazon. It was like $10.
Okay,
Came
and
with
those
the screws.
the screws that are screwing into it, those aren't stock, right?
Right. The holes, it uses the same size as a smart controller. I bought it for the screws. I didn't really like the strap, but for $10, I'm like, $10, fine. And I'd like to find some, because this thing doesn't really weigh anything. So it would be nice to have like a lighter weight, softer strap.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's enjoyable.
Do the knobs screw on and screw off?
Yes. Yes, but I rarely take them off because like people scared me. Oh, they're all talking about how, oh, you're gonna lose them.
I've never lost one. I've had so many of them and I've never lost any. So, but I'm super anal at the same time. But I feel like you're just as anal as I am when it comes to your equipment. So, I don't think you'll lose them.
No, I probably won't, but I'm already seeing them on Amazon. So replacement ones, different companies making them. So I'm worried less about it. But I do like the little controller. I like that it attaches. It connects to my phone automatically, so it's as if I'm online already. It doesn't. I don't have to. It's already been. There's nothing to do. I'm not sure what these screw holes are for, though. I think there's going to be some kind of communication device that plugs into the USB-C plug on the bottom and then tightens. Or they're knowing that people are using mounts and they're going to want to have something to screw into.
Huh, that is interesting.
They are the same size.
Sometimes they think about like accessories that never happen. Like they put them screws there for a purpose, and then it never ended up happening. So you wouldn't need a tablet. You wouldn't need to plug. You wouldn't need to hook anything up to it. Would you need like a antenna?
Right.
Like a ring? Like I wonder what those. I wonder if I have those.
Well, this port, the bottom port, from watching other videos, this port on the bottom, the other USB-C port, is supposed to be, from what I understand, is for a communication device. What they call whether that be like a LTE 3G thing or whatever. But and everybody says that you can't do an external screen, and I'm not arguing with it. I haven't seen it work, but I can't help but wonder what would happen if you plugged in your USB-C from there. Hey, let's blow it up together right now. See what happens. Yeah. Let's try it right now.
Just plug a bunch of crap into it. Let's see what happens.
Right. Well,
don't break your toy. I can't afford another toy for you, so don't break it on my show.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to launch the DJI Fly on my tablet. And then I'm gonna, because that's the one thing I asked different people if anybody tried it. Now, everybody goes, that's crazy. Let's see. DJI Fly. Where is it? There you go. So DJI Fly, launch it on the tablet. Let's see if I can. And then plug into the remote.
So on my Air 2S controller, I don't have those two screws.
Well, there's some kind of module that they're supposed to put back there, supposedly. Okay, so I plugged it in, and it's doing nothing yet, but I'm not surprised. I have to turn the drone on, too, just to make it. Yay. Oh, it says the remote control is already connected to computer via USB. Covers off. Turn you on.
And then on the smart controller, I have a USB-A, then I have the SD, and then I have the HDMI, and then on the bottom is a USB-C. So I have two USB connections as well.
That's the NR whatever. Or you have a smart controller?
Yeah.
How come you never talk about that?
I've never done a video on it. I bought this from eBay from a guy that he had the Air 2 and his Air 2 flew away. And so he sold all of the rest of the stuff for $500. So I got a smart controller, 3 batteries, another bag, a bunch of propellers, so I bought a $750 smart controller for $500, and I got 2 extra batteries and props. And
it's like the ultimate flyboard package right there.
It was a wonderful deal, and I couldn't pass it up.
All right, so let's try disconnecting that. Okay, it didn't do anything.
Okay.
It's funny because everything is trying to connect to the drone, as like the tablet's trying to connect to the drone for direct thing. Okay, now this controller is connected. You can see it's showing us you on the screen.
Yeah, you're frozen right now.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Let me try to kick you real quick.
Let's try the communication port.
Now you're invisible.
I'm invisible.
Like you're translucent. You're like this gray rectangle at like 10% alpha. There you are.
It did something.
So the screws on the bottom of the smart controller, those are the same screws on the bottom of the RC that you've got?
Yeah. Yes.
That's good.
So here's the thing. When I plugged it into the tablet, what it did was it gave me a message: there is no content available for importing on this device. So it was going to basically take the footage off of the because I haven't done any screen recordings. So it didn't.
So the smart controller has an Android system on it. Does your RC have is it an Android? Like a glorified DJI Android system? Do you think?
This is on Android, and I'm plugging it into an iPad because we don't use that Android stuff here.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm recording something now, so just to see what it'll do. Okay, so I recorded. Oh, that was this one. I thought that was something that came over from you. So when I plug it back in, and that was the communication port that I plugged into.
Okay. So one should just be power, right?
Yes. The other one it's just that we charge it. Okay, so now on the iPad, allow this device to access photos and videos. Allow. And it still says there's no content on it. So there.
Does it do this? Where you, like on the smart controller, like it has the menu pops down just like an Android phone?
Yeah. Yeah. If you
so it is an Android system.
Yeah, but it's a dumbed down because when I do that, it doesn't get it. It's not as pretty as yours.
Yeah, the smart controllers, it's very crippled. Like
this one's even more crippled.
You can install apps, but they don't function. Like I installed Dronelink and it doesn't function. And there's all these workarounds to install Google, like a bunch of Google apps and all kinds of stuff. It doesn't work just like it's pretty locked down.
Huh.
And then I noticed I've got a home button and a pause button. Is yours combined? Return to home and pause?
Yes.
So that's just like the the controller that came out with the Air 2s. And probably the Mini 2. Have you hit the back buttons yet? Like the buttons that are on the bottom? Have those
Yes.
gotten in your way?
Buttons, I mean the back button, these buttons?
These
The
two
C1,
buttons?
C2? I use them because I flip. They're set up the same way they were on my Mavic Pro to flip it up. I'm just wondering if this isn't going to be those screw holes when you hold it up like that and flip your antennas up. If these screw holes won't be for an external antenna for a high output, and that's why they're doing what they're doing. You know what I mean? It's gonna that'll be a communication device. You mean a booster antenna?
I always thought these were weird that they had these antennas up here.
Right.
I mean, I liked them because, you know, it's almost like you didn't have antennas sticking out of your controller, but
right. Why as you are?
Can you play YouTube on your controller?
No, I can't do anything.
Okay.
This thing, like I said, it's pretty limited. I should show you that. Okay. So you asked me about how far does it zoom up?
Yeah.
Can you see that? Can you see that well?
You're frozen again.
Letting the camera just turn up.
I'm gonna kill this off. I'm gonna turn the screen to record when I was sharing my screen. There you are. You're kind of choppy, but I can see you. Oh, Eat More Possum says you're not frozen for him. Maybe I'll watch you on the live stream. Oh no, you're fine on the live stream. You're just choppy for me.
See, I mean that's pretty far tilted, pretty far up.
That is pretty far up.
So
you said you have a sphere on Facebook?
Yeah, just go to like my regular page. I have a couple of them, 3 of them, I think.
Just one more question. Do you have this little app button on your RC where it goes to just regular Android apps? Nope. So you just have a DJI app on your phone. I have
a power button and a pause / return to home button. That's it. 2 buttons.
Yeah, but on the screen. That's what I like on the screen.
Oh, on the screen.
Can you go to like apps and stuff?
No, it's not yet, or not ever. That's the.
I wonder if you'll be able to fly other drones with that RC. Have you heard anything on that?
Not yet. The rumor is what the guys are, what the reviewers are saying, is that
real YouTubers.
What's that?
The real YouTubers.
The real YouTubers are saying that at least the Mini 2 and the Air 2S, or no, maybe the Air 2S will work with this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I know the Air 2S doesn't work as well with the smart controller as the older drones do. I think the Air 2S is too fast for what the new transmission system is too fast for the smart controller, so there's lag a little bit. I haven't noticed it much, but I'm not trying to take a picture of something moving. Like usually I'm just flying through the air and I don't care. But
well, here's something that people complain about, and that they can't get this cover back on. And I can tell you right now that if you turn the drone upside down and just make a fool of me, turn the drone upside down, it goes on extremely easy. Just pops right on. But I could see the first time I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to get this on. I see why they were complaining.
Yeah, the only time that I've ever had problems is when my finger hit the gimbal and it pushed the gimbal in a different position. And so, you always have to point your camera straight forward and then put the cap on, or else you're going to try to push against those motors or something like that.
Well, that's why even with the Mavic Pro, with the Mavic Pro, I had a hard time getting the gimbal cover or whatever on, and I found that if I did it upside down, it was easier. It just worked. So
No, that's good. Tips with Nacho.
Well, that seems to be what people are complaining the most about. But I mean, does that look hard? No.
You could have a segment called Nacho Tips instead of Nacho tips.
These are Nacho tips, and I think you naturally want to try to hook this bottom piece onto something, and people are probably putting too much effort into trying to hook that bottom piece on too. The key is just
so the bottom piece is the final snap. It's not the origin point.
Right. Just push it in so that basically in a nutshell, you're pushing it in so that this curve is matching this curve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And don't worry about anything else. Just the curve. Just worry about those curves.
Nice.
So
I've got this is the sphere of the power plant. And so I refreshed the screen, so we're looking dead on. So this is zero angle, like straightforward. This is the horizon. And then it looks like you get to about this point, and then it blurs out. So, and this right here is the zenith. So you've only got, I mean, that's way better than they used to be.
Well, just for the record, there was super windy that day.
Yeah.
Super windy. So I'm surprised it's as good as it was. Because when I said it was, I mean, it was got like 30 plus mile per hour gusts when I did that. So
is this stitched in the app?
Yes, that's all right for the phone. Just straight from downloaded from the drone. No color correction. Nothing.
Nice. So there are all kinds of really, really complicated stitches in this picture. And I think the app did a wonderful job.
Oh,
like
yeah.
these wires, like these trees are pretty easy to figure out, but these tiny little hairpin wires, the fact that they're not messed up is pretty good. I was trying to find, it looks like there's a stitch error right here. Like where the shadow meets the hill, there's kind of like some ghosting right there. But like overall, very impressed with how this stitched. And this
doesn't take away from the experience at all. Like you look at it, I mean, you can go looking for problems, but for the most part, it does a beautiful job.
Yeah, like I'm looking at it with a fine-tooth comb. Like I've been doing this for years, and I'm very impressed with the way this happened, especially since back in the day we used to find a dot on one picture and then find that dot on another picture and try to line all the stitches up. The fact that your phone is doing this on the fly, and it does it while the drone's in the air still, right?
And the horizon straight. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it's in the.
Oh, don't get me started on horizon. Did you see that comment last week?
Yeah.
On my video?
Yeah.
I didn't even acknowledge the comment from the guy, but I was like, come on. Like it's a cardinal sin to put something up without a horizon. I'm like, it's a cardinal sin to tell somebody that when his horizon's fine. Like, watch the video, dude. Sorry. And also, like, it's really hard to, like, all these smoky clouds and like the smoke coming out of the power plant. That's kind of complicated too because they're not hard edges.
Right.
I mean, it's really easy to blur. Oh, I found another one. There's one right there. But overall, very, very good.
Definitely. I mean, you wouldn't be if you were in like Cancun or at some beach someplace and you sent this home, you'd be happy to have it. You know, this is just
Oh
a,
yeah.
a nuclear power plant on the side of the road, and it came out beautiful.
Yeah, I'm trying to find you. Where
Oh,
is that you
good
right
luck.
there?
Somebody that's funny because that's what they were doing on Facebook, trying to find me. Keep
I
going.
mean,
Stop.
there's a person standing right there. It looks like in all black.
Go back where you just were. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong screen. To the right of the power plant.
Oh, here's another problem. I'm starting to find him. Oh, wow! It screwed this road up right there. There's one photo. There's another one. There's another one. Ah, now I'm not impressed anymore.
Fine.
That road is jacked up. But I'm just kidding. So you're parked over here, maybe?
More right. To the right. All right. More.
Are you that right there?
No. Right. Stop. Now, if you look at those trees, there's like the tan field, but then you have the green trees and the green grass.
Right here?
To the right.
Over here?
Yeah. And
So
you'll
you're
see
hiding,
that there's.
you're hiding behind those trees?
I am in the trees. Oh, I'm having a hard time finding me. You'll see that there's a further back, like way back there.
Oh, here?
There's a parking. No,
Parking
further
lot?
Yeah, the parking lot back there. My car is parked under the tree. You can barely see the white car under the tree. I'm not even.
Right
I'm
there?
in the car. I didn't even get out of the car. I hand launched out the window and I got out of the car to bring it back in. Yeah, right there. There's a blue cross track and the white. I'm in front of it. I'm looking at the wrong screen. I can't. I'm looking. I keep on looking at the big screen. But you're pointing at it, like where the mouse is on the big screen right now on the live feed. Okay. Wait. Hey, Bob, Casey.
Oh, what's up, Bob? I haven't said hi to anybody, y'all. I've been talking to Nacho the whole time. So, coast to coast, I think it's the first time I've seen you in here. Really good to see you. Bob, One Vision, Steve is here. Who else is here? Jim's Droning's here. Recovery One Drone's here. So I really appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me and Nacho. I don't like to talk about stuff on my channel that I haven't held in my hands, and this is the first time that I trust Nacho and he's held it in his hands, and I've watched him fly it around for a week. So we're just letting Nacho talk about his real life experience with the DJI. Is it a Mavic or is it just a Mini?
Nope. Mini 3 Pro.
Mini 3 Pro. The DJI Mini 3 Pro.
Which I am loving it. The portability. I mean, I thought the Mavic was portable. Like the Mavic Pro was portable, but man, just this little thing. I mean, in your jacket pocket, it's not unbearable. Could I fit my Mavic Pro in the inside of my jacket pocket? Sure, but it weighs a ton. This is crazy. Even with the 3 batteries, it'll like in your pocket, it'll be. It's crazy. I love this. Very happy. I thought I was gonna get it and then go. Oh, I should have got an Air 2S. I should have got an Air 2S or the FPV. Okay, so there's another game of Where's Nacho. Where's Nacho is on right by the river.
So I want you to start posting a bunch of these on the club.
Should I get a Where's Waldo hat?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can make Sean Eyed Studios pajamas that have a white shirt with red and white striped pants.
Now, okay, I'm not on the dike. I'm next to the pool because I saw my scooter parked there. I wasn't sure which one this was. The round pool that's right below it.
Yep, you're right
I
here.
was talking to a Nate. Yeah, you see the scooter is parked right next to on the road that's going up and down. You can see the white scooter.
Right there.
It's just a blur. My scooter. At the end of the, if you're looking at the pool, the house, heading straight to the street. There you go.
Yeah.
My little scoot. Okay, so while you have this up, do you see the red thing above it?
Right there, the scaffolding looking thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Is that
that's
a
a
rope?
crane, and you'll see that right in front of, right below it, is a whitish part of the roof. That's where I flew down yesterday and annoyed the people. I flew between the crane and the house and the fence and the RV and just came up and started taking their pictures.
That's awesome.
They went, and then I was ready because she grabbed a broom and I took off. I went straight up. Like, I'm not hitting nothing. But I thought it was good flying.
Yeah. Yeah, Bob Casey says, I like how you can look up with the Mini 3 Pro. I want to say it's about dang time.
Right?
I would say. I wish my Air 2S would look up. Oh, it does now that I have the Insta360 Sphere on it. I've sold 2 of those cameras.
I wish DJI and would just make one, make a drone. Just make a drone that's got the camera built in the belly and the top, and just move on.
Yes.
I didn't realize how pretty my neighborhood was. I've been gone
beautiful.
so long.
Yeah. You need to fly this water treatment plant over there. Are you allowed to fly over that?
I didn't send you that.
Oh, okay.
Are
you allowed to fly over there?
I didn't go over it. I followed the walkway along the river and went around it. So I didn't go over it. So,
are there like regulations on is like government property or something like that?
You know what? I don't think so. I don't think so, and it's it's a bunch of locals. Everybody knows everybody here. Nobody cares.
Okay.
I care more about. I used to ride my scooter on the dike with the dog, and they would that freaked them out because they believe that they own the dike, but they don't. I always go, what? He's yelling at me. What? And I just keep going. Sorry, I can't hear you. What?
Do you keep saying dike?
Dike.
What is the dike?
The dike is the wall. That's the dike is like a dam, but not a dam. A dike. It's the hill right by the edge of the river to keep it from flooding. I don't know if you know that Wilkes-Barre had a massive flood in 1972. 2 days ago in 1972, and these walls were built to make sure that it never happened again. So there's a water like that building where the mouse is on the live feed right now. That's a water pump station, and it's got all kinds of stuff. And this area that I fly in is actually like an overflow area for before it hits the houses. That's why, like when you said, I was walking on the grass, that it goes down.
Yeah.
So it goes down, and if I don't know if you could see it in that video, but there's pumps. There's these big things coming out of the ground. That's to suck the water back up and send it back over the dike. It pushes it down river.
Okay.
Trying to keep it from overflowing.
So I'm worried that this video is going to get flagged because we keep saying the word dike.
Well,
and I know what you're talking about is innocent, but probably stop saying it.
All right. What would you call it then?
I don't know. Damn wall.
Damn wall. I don't know. That seems worse.
Sorry. When my son was a kid, so we've got over on I-40, we have that's where our dam is, and we used to take my son there and fly kites because the wind coming. So there's a lake on one side of the dam, and then you're like down 100 feet on the other side of the dam. So when you fly your kite up there, there's this huge breeze that comes over the dam, like over the lake, and it's a wonderful place to fly kites. And my son was like, and I think he was like 3, and he was like, "Dad, let's go to that damn kite flying place."
I have a question. I'm looking at the live stream right now. Notice that white thing going up and down at the bottom of your screen.
That does look inappropriate. It is the mouse, and
it looks like a little virtual mouse, like maybe that you would see in like a VR. It's weird.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's telling you can drag around, but it also looks like back when we were learning how to not make inappropriate logos, everybody was making mice look like genitalia, and that's what that reminds me of, is a little just kind of poking up there.
Well, they make them different in down south,
Yeah.
don't they? Okay. All right.
So
yeah. So this
there are
is our
pools
little neighborhood.
everywhere.
Yeah,
So this
I
is
never
your
realized
neighborhood?
how many pools there were until I took this. These people, the people that will be washed away if there's another flood. I live in the distance. If you tilt the camera up a little bit, more. If you
I
look in
can't
the
tilt
back,
it.
you'll see. Oh, you just went. I'm looking at the wrong screen again.
Oh.
But yeah, when you look straight up from the pool, there's a church in the distance. I live right next to behind the church. You've probably seen
This
some of
church
my
right
videos.
here?
No, it's further away. It's barely a church-looking thing.
This
Yeah,
thing?
I think so. It's hard to tell on the little screen. So I'm using my phone. It's such a small screen.
Yeah.
That's why I keep
So you should get a Cooler account.
What's a cooler account?
Kula.
Kula.
I'm gonna hide my screen because last time I searched the internet, something weird came up while I was typing. I don't remember what I was searching for, but it was kind of like telling you what it thinks you're searching for, and it was like, I don't think anybody noticed, nobody commented about it, but so this website's called Kula.
Okay.
And I use it. You can get a paid version where you can do like virtual tours and stuff like that. But I'm going to take it back off and sign in real quick.
I agree, Bob. It does have a nice camera on it, especially when you compare it to the original Mavic Pro.
What's interesting to me, Nacho, is like you bought the first foldable DJI drone, and then what is it, 6 years later, like this tiny little drone that you got, like is, I don't think it, in my opinion, I don't feel like it would fly better, but like all the capabilities this drone has is better than the drone that you had back then. And I think like it's really neat to see how like you coming from like not buying every drone since then, but going from that drone to this drone, like being able to see like how far we've come with technology.
You know what? It's funny. To me, it feels different. It feels like I just took a little step. Like I basically, the only thing this one can do that really, I mean, it's better quality and much smaller, but it does meteors. Other than that, the stuff is pretty much the same as the original Mavic Pro. It's a different app, and you know what? I thought I was going to be unhappy about the app.
Yeah.
I like the Fly app. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all. Uh-oh, Mr. 360.
Yeah, so these are bad. These are screenshots of the video. So
Right.
one of my next videos, I'm going to start doing doing a time lapse with photos, so I can get really, really good photos out of the Sphere. And then I want to do like a virtual tour of that high school that I fly over, and do like the football field, the softball field, the soccer field, and just get photos of all those, and then put together a virtual tour. And then that's going to be one of my videos, because a lot of people are asking me like, what's the point of the Insta360 Sphere? Like, why would I use it? And so it's going to be a real estate video. But this is just a social media outlet. But what I love about it is, and this is a bad example because I didn't realize that the Color Plus in Insta360 adds this stupid little stitch line. But you can put it in Tiny Planet mode. Maybe I didn't turn Tiny Planet mode on this one.
Excuse me. I didn't get my nap today, and I'm an old guy, so we like our naps.
Yeah, we're pushing 8 o'clock, so we might quit pretty soon. But I would love to see your spheres on here, where you can you can come in here and you can zoom way in, drag it around in Tiny Planet mode.
Oh, well, I can send you one real quick if you want. You can upload it to your account.
Okay. Yeah, do that, and then we'll see. We'll be able to zoom in and see how good the resolution is.
I'm going to send it to you on Facebook because, well, it might be the fastest.
Okay. It's tricky though. It's got a tricky trigger. Like I can barely zoom in on the wheel, and it like goes all the way in, like almost creepy. So Brent, you said terrace or terrace? Is that another word for lesbian? Or I mean dyke? I mean, what were you calling it? Dyke. Yeah. Sorry, I was just really inappropriate. I shouldn't have said that. Pride Month. The opposite of Humility Month.
I just sent a couple of them. So here's a couple more. All right. I was going to send you the pool one again, but
Do you have a full resolution one?
Yeah.
Yeah, send me that.
I think this is it. So your phone is officially blown up during your live stream.
Yep.
I've seen those. The things, the terraces. Oh, like steps. I don't know if it's going to mess it up and sending it over that way. I forgot to. I don't know if I even showed you the night stuff. Did I?
I saw night pictures of something. Oh, are you sending me all the pictures from the Stitch?
No, I'm sending you just what the computer makes, because when I uploaded this to Facebook, it made it into the Sphere. These specific files, the way they are. So I don't know how it'll work with Cooler, but whatever. They threw some random just night shots because of the color, just to show you that the low light is fantastic. You know me, I love my night photography.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to run through these pictures real quick, so we can see what that looks like. So this is something different. This is looks like an electrical.
That's across the river from where I am. I just wanted some night photography, just to show you the low light's pretty good.
It is pretty good. There's not much noise in there at all. A little bit up in the tree areas, but the blacks are pretty strong.
Oh yeah, and this is all on automatic. I didn't do any kind of fancy button pushing. I just took pictures.
So it's not in like night shot mode or anything like that. This is just auto
No,
exposure.
just auto, full auto.
Dynamic range is pretty good. Like there's some crazy highlights right here, but for the most part, it looks really good.
Now the question is, when you try to edit it, is there any detail in there? So this is straight out of the camera. Like, is there anything that can be pulled back? Like I haven't even played with RAW yet. I've been just getting the feel of the flying.
Yeah, if like for night vision, I would definitely shoot in RAW and then put it in Lightroom or Photoshop, and you'll have a lot more dynamic range that way. But straight out of the gate for Facebook or Instagram, these are great. But yeah, I think if we zoomed in, I don't know if we can zoom in. Let's open it up in a new tab. There we go. So this is full resolution. And it's not going to come across that good on the live stream because it's 1080. But it's 1080 and it's really crappy 1080 for a live stream. But like you'll notice in some of these, like this house has very, it has a whole bunch of different color shingles, and that's kind of blurry. And then you'll see like when you zoom in, you'll see details that are just not there, but zoomed out, and it's probably focused right here. Like it's pretty detailed right here. So I'm assuming that's like kind of the center of the focus. So, but even some of these details are pretty good. I'm surprised I don't see any like all the lights seem blurry. Sometimes you'll see like a flare, or so it doesn't look like it has any like bokeh like blades on the camera. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. And I think that was a vertical shot too. So if I recall correctly. But like I said, it wasn't a maximum effort kind of thing. It was just a quick.
Yeah, I'm not complaining about how you took the picture. I like it. I'm just getting out my critical. Let's see what this thing can really do. Hat.
Well, now that I have 3 batteries, well, tomorrow I'll have 3 batteries. I could stay up longer and tweak and play. I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? With the 1 battery, I was just kind of like, okay, got to make it home, got to play. I don't think that was a 360. I think that was just like a Pano 180.
Okay, I was gonna say like a lot of the sky is missing on that one.
Yeah, that's because it was and that's in cooler and it's not opening it right.
No, these are all Facebook. I'm going through all the pictures you sent me because you didn't send me a bunch of 360s. You sent me a bunch of pictures, and then it had 360s in there. So I just going through those real quick. I'm gonna put this one in cooler.
That's the 360 that we were finding Nacho in. So where the scooter's down by the pool.
Okay. I'm surprised how much of that sky is missing in this picture.
Well, it could be the way it's being displayed, spread out.
Yeah, I would say this is the. Yeah. All right, I'll stop talking.
I forgot what that's called. Quadra something. Quadra equirectangular.
Equirectangular.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now let's see. The question is the what's the word I'm looking for? Is the data tags in there so it'll work right in cooler? But,
the metadata?
Yeah, it's the metadata. I've been out of the game for too long. Nope.
There it is. So where do I want to point? I think I want to start out there. So I'm going to drag that there. That's where I want to start. And then where's the sun at? Do we have a sun?
It's probably high because look at the shadows down. There's like it's going to be.
Right.
It's in the sky.
All right, so there's the sun effect. I'm going to turn that off. That looks stupid there. If you have a sun, it's good, but well, now I don't know how to turn it off. Oh, there. Let's see what Tiny Planet looks like. That looks really cool.
I'm trying to.
I like that.
Trying to see if I can't get
So it looks like the swimming pool is like really close to the center.
Yeah, I was
no.
right over the swimming pool.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. You can change the bulge, make more of a flatter planet, or really bulbous planet. Switch it over to rabbit hole. Don't laugh at hole.
I was laughing at bulbous, just for the record.
Okay. So we're gonna put it. I like the sky. The sky turned out really cool. For a planet. So we're gonna put it there. So we've enabled that. We can add some effects to it. Make it vintage. HDR tone map it. Nope. All right, I'm going to post it. So I'm going to put in the chat the link to Nacho's Sphere so you guys can pull it up and play around with it.
That looks nice.
So we can spy all around Nacho's neighborhood and see what he looks like.
I can see my scooter from here. I'm playing with it.
Yeah.
I can see my house from here.
So I think the quality of the image that you sent me might not be the best resolution.
Nah, it's whatever it downloaded through the app.
Yep.
So, but you know, they also keeps the files.
Yeah.
But again, to me, this is.
You might want to try the Microsoft image composite. I forget, it's called ICE. Are you familiar with that?
Nope. I'm out of the. I haven't done 360 stuff much. Just minimally.
image composite editor. So
I think I used that in the past. Just played with it.
It's really, really good. Like, it's amazing how good it stitches, and then it has like a let's see if it has it in here.
So I upload like a folder with all the pictures from that 360, and then it puts them together.
Yep.
All by itself. I don't have to do anything.
It does. It's amazing. It might mess it up. Like, there's ways of, like, sometimes you take the images like a snake, where you'll take all the images this way, and then you'll come this way, and then you'll come this way. So there, but I would just try it and see what it does. But there's a button in there that, like, you can figure out what's missing in the picture. So if, like, if you're missing grass, it'll take clones from other grass and, like, finish the image for you. And I think it'll do that with your sky.
Sweet.
But that's just something for you to try out.
What was that called again?
Microsoft Ice Image Composite Editor. It's a free download, but it's not really supported anymore. But you can still download it and use it. They just aren't upgrading it or updating it or anything like that.
Okay, I'm typing in Microsoft Ice versus, and see what else. Let's see if there's any other kind of software.
Yeah.
There
are a lot of, huh?
What's Hugin? H-U-G-I-N.
H-U-G-I-N. That's the one that a lot of the pros use, but it's really complicated. You could figure it out, but it's not the most user-friendly app. But that Ice is super simple.
Gotcha.
So I would try the simple thing first, and then if it doesn't do everything you want it to, then I would move on to something more complicated. But DJI takes enough pictures when it's making that sphere to knock out a really good stitch. But Nacho, I am getting tired and sweaty. So yeah. I want to thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for showing us your new toy. I expect to see a whole bunch more videos and photos and tracking and a meteor. And
the meteor tomorrow, definitely. Well, it's supposed to pour, so we'll see, but most likely tomorrow. I just realized like 2 hours ago that, I could do meteors now. So, yeah.
Nice.
I
also want you to shoot a planes, trains, and automobile video. Out of all the people that are on the club, I think you could really pull that video off. I don't know how many trains you're around, but
train yards are right behind my house.
Okay. So, yeah. I think you should put Nikki on a little model train going down the tracks, and then track it. Track the Nikki on the tracks.
Nikki's too small to track.
I know, but you got to put her in a train, and then track the train. I don't care.
Put a yellow sweater on her or something, so she can the drone can see better.
Yeah.
But
or just strap the controller to her back.
I don't think it works like that, but I don't know for sure. So anyway, I just want to thank you for hanging out tonight. I know we probably rushed it last week. The day after your surgery was probably a stupid idea. It was you know what? The knee was fine. When they put that tube down my throat for the anesthesia, it felt like they overinflated me. Like all my ribs felt like they were broken or separated, and my throat was sore. I could barely talk. It was terrible. Yeah. It was like 3 days of that. I guess they figured they needed to use a lot, or use a big fat guy a little bit, or Or use a big tool. Use a fire hose.
I'm just glad my CPAP doesn't work that way. I'd hate to wake up like that every morning.
And my CPAP makes me feel good.
Yeah, I like my CPAP. So yeah, everybody say goodbye to Nacho. Thank him for hanging out.
Bye.
If you're not following on Facebook, he always puts some really cool stuff up there.
Nacho rolling, and it's always, for everybody to see. So even if you're not my friend, you should be able to still see it. I have no secrets. My life is an open book.
Are you okay with people knowing what your Facebook is?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right. So this is Nacho's, Dennis Nacho Riser. We have 15 mutual friends. So, I reached out to Ben Claremont. He's one of our mutual friends, right?
Yes.
So I reached out to him and I showed him my video of the ballpark, and I was like, finally, I've got everything that is on my channel is all in one thing. And so he reached out and said he liked the video, and so I thought that was cool.
Our biggest running gag is that, like, he does 360 videos and he ends up with this huge ass shadow, and I keep on telling him, you got to give me my shadow back. So then if you're talking to him, you say Nacho wants his shadow back, he'll know exactly what you're talking about.
Nice.
So.
Well, Nacho, have a good night. I'll see you next week, hopefully, maybe just in the chat, but you've been a nice member of the channel for a while, and I really appreciate you coming every week and when you can and
behaving,
contributing to the channel. Do it.
And behaving.
Yes, I appreciate it when you behave. For some reason, like, I always ask you to respect, like, the guidelines of my channel, but when you're on, like, I feel like I get dirtier.
I have that effect on people.
I don't understand. Like, usually I'm pretty, like, PG, but you start saying things like dyke and takes me places. So,
well, what people don't realize, yes, I'm a little perverted and I could be dirty, but I'm a professional and I know where I can do these things and where not to do these things. I'm good at reading the room. I would never poop all over your show with my rhetoric.
Yeah,
that's for my channel. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming. Have a good week.
You too.
Say goodbye to everybody.
Bye, everybody. Hit the button.
All right, y'all. That's another one in the books. Thank you for coming and hanging out on my live stream. We do this every week, Tuesday night, every week, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central. A couple things that, for those of you that don't know, I have added a schedule. Let me pull it up. So on the AV Club, I've added a club schedule. Right now, I just have live streams that Chris sent me. So these are all the live streams that he watches during the week. If you have a live stream or you know somebody else that has a live stream and you want to add it to the schedule, I will put a post on this page this week so you can add a live stream to the schedule. I want to build this schedule up so we all can kind of watch each other's channels and figure out, what we want to watch in this community, as well as meetups and all of that kind of stuff too. Currently, I just have what Chris sent me, but yeah, I want this to get bigger and so everybody can hang out in different. I went to several of these live streams this week, and it was really neat to see different channels that I'd never been on before. So it really opened my eyes to the greater drone community. And it doesn't just have to be drones. I'd like it to go with anything audio visual, like people using cameras on their. I'd like it all to be camera related. So if you've got drones with cameras on it, you've got action cameras, 360 cameras, you've got really nice cinema cameras, like maybe you made like a independent film or something like that. That's the kind of stuff I'd like to be on the AV Club, just so we can, so it's not like Facebook that has everything. I don't want like essential oil, someone selling essential oils or something like that. But I would love for, if you know people that want to be a part of that type of community, invite your friends, invite your family, all that. But hope you guys like this video. Please like, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell for notifications, so that you get notifications when I put out more live streams, videos on drones, action cameras, regular cameras, all the good stuff. And if you have any ideas on merchandise or video ideas or projects or contests, let me know. I'd really like to build my media and my channel around the viewers that watch it. But I would also like it to be something that I can successfully talk about. So anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful week, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. Peace out.